now is Pat Toomey. He is a Harvard alum, former senator from Pennsylvania, also on the board of directors of one of the biggest asset management companies in the world, Apollo Global. With us tonight here on the Hill. It is nice to have you once again. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
I thought that was revealing today, Senator, from the president, basically saying, it's time to play the game that I know how to play it. What do you think he's setting up here? Let's go one by one. What do you think he's setting up here with the European Union, and what is the game as you see it?
I think it's very hard to say. The president has what I would consider, say, very idiosyncratic views about trade and tariffs and deficits. And there have been contradictions in the stated goals. So I wouldn't want to hazard a guess at what's next. Might be serious new tariffs,
right.
But then again, he might walk them back. So this is unfortunate that he's introduced this volatility. Tariffs are not going to help the American economy. They'll result in higher consumer prices, fewer jobs, a recession if they're high enough. So I do hope we get past this sometime soon.
Apple doesn't make a lot of its products here, right? 80% of production capacity is overseas. 90% of their iPhones are assembled essentially in Asia as well. The president today basically saying, you know what? Bring it here, bring it home. You think he's right to do that? Think he's right to say that?
Yeah, look, I don't think it's the role of the government to tell businesses where and how to operate. That in a free society, in a market economy, we let businesses decide what model is best, what allows them to deliver the best value to their consumers. And if they don't do that, then someone else will. That's why our model has been so successful. I don't think it's a good idea to dictate where where companies set up their factories.
All right, and then there's this back and forth with Harvard, right? I mentioned you're an alum. You're alma mater there.
Yeah.
Here's some of the stats on international students. There's more than 6,700 students enrolled, basically, currently right now at Harvard from 100 countries. They account for 27% of total university enrollment foreign students do. Here was the president today. I want to get your reaction on the other side. The president basically saying that he doesn't want to see, as he put it, quote unquote, troublemakers, and the university and the administration now are back and forth, Senator, as to, and I don't know what chapter they're on at this point between Trump and Harvard,
right.
But they're now going at it, and even potentially with some court interference as well. As a conservative, as a former alum, where do you come down on this issue?
Yeah, so look, as happens sometimes, the president has correctly identified some problems at Harvard. I think it's fair to say that Harvard has not done an adequate job protecting and making Jewish and Israeli students feel safe as they should. They haven't done a good enough job cracking down on protesters who've called for violence, some pro-Palestinian and even pro-Hamas protesters. I think the faculty is overwhelmingly liberal. All of those things are true. But there's a new president at Harvard. I think he's taken concrete steps to address these things, and I think the administration reaction is a bit over the top. I'm hoping to see a de-escalation in this, and Harvard understands, I think it's in their interest. Well, I mean, it's not clear to me that all of the steps that the president has threatened are legally within his authority to do. I'd like to see some of those taken off the table. Some of this litigation can go away. And what Harvard could do is make it clear to the public that it's going to take steps to fix what needs to be fixed. I think the new president wants to do that.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.